We're about 10 miles or so southwest of downtown Los Angeles at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood.
Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Dallas Cowboys and the Los Angeles Chargers. Greg Zuerlein now. He'll handle the honors to get us started. And we are underway in Southern California.
On the return, Andre Roberts from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
Here's the first carry for Austin Eckler. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. Just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And he'll get this down only to about the 46. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
Meanwhile, Herbert's throw pulled in by Roberts here.
First drive of the game. We did see this in practice, didn't we? Because they allowed us to stay and watch and see what their opening script would be, even though we don't know the exact play calls. That looks a lot like what we saw them execute, doesn't it?
It really does, and in practice it wasn't about a lot of big shots on that opening drive. They wanted to put together a series of plays, sustain it. They've done that. The defense now on their heels a little.
That they are, and you know what else is happening now? They're gaining information. They're gaining knowledge about how the defense is planning on playing them. So not only are they being successful on this drive, they're filing things away for future drives in this game.
Eckler going to get it again on 2nd down.
And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. A couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time, that's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. This is intercepted.
Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive.
Offensively, a far from ideal start there with a pick on the opening drive.
Yeah, not exactly what they were looking for. We know that. That's pretty obvious. The beauty, though, is it's happening early. If they don't panic, they don't compound this problem, they've got a long way to go and a chance to get back in it.
Audibles. Okay.
Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Here's Prescott. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
So much about defending the pass is being able to be right there at the moment the ball gets to the receiver. And he was right in his hip pocket, helping force that incompletion.
2nd and 10.
From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. To throw is Prescott. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards. We're scoreless after 1.
Behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 15.
Throwing, Prescott. Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kaiser White.
And the Chargers are going to take over.
Good pick, man. Good pick. That was a bullshit throw.
A shaky start for both quarterbacks now. We had the interception on the opening drive, and now they throw it right back to him.
So does that mean we're really kind of starting from the beginning, Brandon, right? Both of them have done it, so we kind of start from scratch. Looks to me like both of these defenses have done their homework, and they're executing quite well.
The Charger drive about to get going. They started on the ground with Eckler. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, helped their spot, and stacked him up.
And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete.
The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
From the 50, here's Herbert. Going deep here for Allen.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
One thing that offensive guys stress when they throw the deep ball, you're just counting on your receiver to find it, adjust before the defensive back can get his head around. In this case, though, the DB matched it move for move and knocked it away.
And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going.
And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Credit the sack to Joey Bosa. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. And he takes us across the 15 to the 17. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have to contend with a 3rd and 13. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout.
Yeah, he banged up. Quarterback needed it. Yeah, he needed it for what he about to do. What the fuck is that?
An extra defensive back on the field for the Chargers now on 3rd down. Here's Prescott.
He'll fire this deep for Gallup. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Derwin James with a pick.
And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily. I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
Running on 1st down, Eckler. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
On 2nd and 9, Herbert finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Back to throw here, Herbert. Eluding the pressure right.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game, because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
They got the interception, but very little movement.
Smart move.
Forces him to settle for 3, and it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense, because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando, and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
On 3rd down, Elliott. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. First down, Prescott. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
On 2nd down now, it's Elliott. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
looks like they've got 6 DBs on the field here for a 3rd and 9.
The give is to Elliott. And they'll get this across the midfield stripe, but still winding up short of the first down. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. Prescott from the gun. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Now Prescott.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just scared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9, and they need 10 yards out of it on 3rd. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. That is caught. It's Cooper for the Cowboy touchdown. Amari Cooper, 33
that shit was beautiful.
yards. And the Cowboys
that shit right there was beautiful. Oh, that's
and this is no good. He missed it. Not a good start here in the kicking department, as this remains a 6-3 score. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss.
Here's Roberts to bring it out of the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
The Charger drive about to get going.
And they really won't have much time to work with. Just 19 seconds showing on the clock.
They'll roll him out right. He's going to look for Allen now on the deep
time,
ball.
baby.
And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds here. Touchdown, Allen! Keenan Allen in the final seconds of the first half. And the Chargers are going to retake the lead. Extra point good by Hopkins. And that will make this a 4-point game.
So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away. Pollard to return from the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
It's the Cowboys who get the football first, and they trail here as well as we resume action in the third quarter.
Pollard to return from the end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
They do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an...
Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. The former third-round pick, Justin Jones, bringing the lumber that time.
He was still looking through his progressions and going through his receiver options, and while he was doing that, the defense got to him quickly in the pocket.
And it was a great example of zone coverage, well executed, well coordinated. All the receivers were covered, and he couldn't evade the rush back in the pocket.
On second down, it's Elliott. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Here's Elliott. And he's got room. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Prescott now.
He'll go underneath here to Elliott.
And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. On 3rd down, Elliott. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And with the struggles they've had putting points on the board, he's the one who's had the breakthrough, trying to find him again for another one to try and add to their total.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Prescott. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. A first down throw for Prescott. And incomplete on the deep ball.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. A give to Elliott. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Ezekiel Elliott taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Cowboys have once again taken the lead. This time, the extra point up and good. And that gives them a 3-point lead. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away.
Here's Roberts to bring it out of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
The Charger drive about to get going. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. I mean, that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10. Going on the ground with Eckler. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Herbert. On the screen, this is Eckler. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and 13. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. Forced out to his left. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's Ty Long now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He gets us away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. Not too shabby here. This will skip out of bounds at about the 12-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Prescott. And he slings one that's incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Looking to throw. Prescott. And that is incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Here now Roberts. 56 yards the punt that time, 12 on the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. And here's a good way to kick off a drive. Complete over the middle. Touchdown! Keenan Allen, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chargers have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. Hopkins with the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. Pollard to return from the end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. Again, it's Elliott. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line. This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. Prescott to throw it. Blitz coming, and down he goes. 1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
They were trying to set up a screen there, but that one just too slow in developing.
Yeah, too slow in developing and well read, because that ends up being a bad feeling.
And Prescott, his 3rd interception. He's picked off near his own 48.
And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
Herbert will give this one to Eckler.
And he is tackled inside the 40,
okay.
Not quite to the 35.
51 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining.
Now it's 2nd and 9.
Now Herbert.
Give me that shit.
They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
Picked up by Trayvon Diggs.
That's how you do this shit.
And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. This game, it's been defensively oriented on both sides, so I guess it stands to reason that the play of the game comes on defense.
So it's my kind of game. You know that. Anytime we have a defensive battle, but that, as you said, it stands to reason that's the way the game tilted. Someone had to make a big play, and the way the defenses were dominating, that's exactly what we got.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
Here's Roberts to bring it out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
The Charger drive about to get going. And following the pick 6, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Herbert.
Across formation. He's got a man. That's Allen. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Throwing, Herbert. Got an open man. It's Josh Palmer. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. A handoff, it's Eckler. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. Herbert to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Maybe some temptation here to try to go for the win, but I think you got to kick the field goal.
I agree totally. When you look at the time left on the clock, that's not a spot where you take the gamble. Go ahead and kick the field goal here and take it from there.
So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to potentially send us to overtime. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds. And now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and I, we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
So 4 quarters wasn't enough, and we are off to overtime. Don't change that dial. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick 6 or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Here's the all-pro returner from 2018, Andre Roberts. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the...
Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Brown. And the Cowboys are going to have it with a chance to win the game here in overtime. A costly mistake here in OT.
And you know what they say when you throw an interception like that in overtime? You don't usually get a chance to throw a second one. I mean, I'm not sure the analytics on it. Let's ask Marvin, our statistician, to ring that down for us. That's typically how coaches and teams feel about it. If you throw one, you likely cost yourself the game.
No running room for Zeke on first down as he'll maybe get a yard out of that. Here's 2nd and 9. They go to Elliott again. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
An extra cornerback now in the game for the Chargers here on 3rd. What can Prescott do in the OT? And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
That's an excellent job right there on third down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's fourth down.
And with the play clock at 5, we're going to get a timeout. They'll be down to just one remaining as we step aside here in overtime. A big call here in overtime. They're going for it on fourth down. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Oh, and it's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. So we will see yet another drive in this overtime.
For whatever reason, neither team able to finish this game off. I know that the first thought is, does anyone really want to win it? But I think that they both desperately want to win it, and sometimes you force things, and that leads to errors.
Well, it's out there for the taking. We'll see who can do it. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. What they say, it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmys and the Joes.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Eckler going to get it again on 2nd down.
Pass some of this.
Behind the line, he lost the football. It's loose. And the
Fuck 'em,
Cowboys have recovered. And a costly mistake. Coaches talk so much about ball security, and in overtime, so paramount.
Partner, do you ever wonder if maybe they talk about it too much?
Too much, yeah.
Doesn't seem like you can, but maybe by discussing it time and time again, and you know they overemphasized it here, that almost became self-fulfilling.
And any points beat them here. Field goal or a touchdown now. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. Oh, and it's intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. I'm starting to wonder, Charles, if 5 interceptions, is that the last that we've seen of him?
Well, I think that a lot of people hope that's the last they've seen of him in this game, probably including himself. If this were baseball, the manager would have been at the mound already and asked for the ball, and he'd be in there getting a shower. But in football, you might have to go stand on the sideline and watch the rest of it and see if your backup can do any better.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Eckler going to get it again on 2nd down. 61 yards rushing for him now as he was just trying to will his guys to an overtime victory. On 3rd down, here's Eckler. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settle it, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys, poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. So now it all comes down to Dustin Hopkins. This to win it in overtime. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. And they have regained the lead. Well, as always, partner, an extreme pleasure to share a booth with you. I have to say, I am impressed at your discipline because you came here and you said you were not going to eat any of the media buffet. You made it to the end. You didn't consume a single calorie.
I appreciate